Hi, it's Rob from the Brush and Boltgun. Today I'm going to be doing a short tutorial on how to paint the Combat 95 Camouflage. Now the miniature I'm using for this is the Primaris Space Marine Eliminator from Shadow Spear, but it can be used on any miniature that you want to do the Combat 95 pattern on. But I'll go for it on the new models as a bit of a hat tip to the old style camouflage. So this camouflage look that we're going for, it's the old British Combat 95 camouflage. Now if you look carefully at it, the main colour on it is green. So you want the green on first. Then you've got the kind of yellowy beige colour. Then over the top of both of those is brown, and over the top of everything is the black. So that's how we're going to do it. So the first colour that we're going to use to get that green base coat is Vallejo Reflective Green. It's a nice military, dull, matte green, and it'll look great as the base colour for the camouflage. Now you just want to give it a smooth, even coat all the way over the cloak. So if you finish it and there's a bit of a streak, just give it another layer and that should be fine. And when we come back, we'll have all the reflective green finished. The next colour that we're going to do is Vallejo Brown Sand. Now we're going to use this for the sort of yellow beige colour that you have on the Combat 95, and what you want to be doing is doing a couple of big patches of it and having little lines of the same colour stretching out from it. So whereas we've got this part here, you want to have a little section, thin section jutting out, and have these shapes bending in different directions all over the cloak. Now in between the bigger sections you also want to do like little tiny splodges, which you'll be able to see on the next clip, in between them just to break up the green patches. When we come back, we'll have all the brown sand finished. The next colour that we're going to use is Citadel Mournfang Brown, and that's going to be doing similar kind of shapes as the brown sand, but slightly smaller. Now you can see the brown sand that I've put on there. You've got a few different shapes, and they all sort of leave green space in between and space to add the brown. But when you're applying the brown, you also want to make sure that it is covering some of the green and the brown sand. So you're applying this one over the top of the other ones, and don't worry about trying to fit it in between. If it goes over it and you leave a line, just blend it in, make it into part of the camouflage. When we come back, we'll have all the Mournfang Brown finished. So the next colour that we're going to be using is Vallejo Black, and this is to do the final layer of the camouflage. Now if you look back at the picture of the Combat 95 camouflage, you'll see that the black is often in thin strips with only rare thicker parts, and then often at the end of the lines they might have two dots or a little space, then another little line. So that's the effect that we're trying to go for here. Now is the final colour, it goes over all the other colours, so don't worry about going over the browns, the beiges or the greens. When we come back, we'll have all the black finished. So you can see the finished camouflage pattern there with all four colours. Now we're just going to be using a little bit of olive drab to do some more details on the cloak. We're going to be using this to do the little straps that you'll find all around it. I'm basing the colour of these off the old army kit, where you'd have your black buckles and you'd have your olive coloured straps on the weapon, on the bergen and that. So this fits in quite well with the camouflage pattern. When we come back, we'll have all the olive drab finished. Moving on to the shades now. The first one I'm going to use is Citadel Athonian Camoshade, and this is a nice camouflagey kind of green colour, goes well with the olive drab, and all we're doing is we're working it into all the creases where there's green present. You don't want to get it on anywhere else, you don't want to get it over the beiges or the browns, so if you're just working down the creases along the base of the cloak and just get it running up and down each crease. When we come back, we'll have all the Athonian Camoshade finished. So you can see where the Athonian Camoshade has darkened up some of the green creases. Now we're just going to be moving on using a little bit of Agrax Earthshade. We're going to be doing that to do the brown and the beige creases, and some general areas on the cloak, just to give it a bit of shading. When we come back, we'll have all the shade finished. And that is the Combat 95 DPM pattern finished. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel below so you don't miss any future content. And also think about subscribing to some of our other social media linked below. Thanks very much.